You're listening to the Oz TV podcast, only on the Oz Network.
Hi, this is Billy Garcia from Survivor Cook Island, and welcome to another Survivor Ghost Island recap here on the Oz Network. Today I'm joined by none other than Survivor China's own Sherea Lloyd. Hello, Sherea.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So how are you enjoying the season so far?
So far, so good. I'm really liking the twists and bringing back the idols from the past. That's my favorite part so far.
All right, cool. So, speaking of twists, our episode starts in the aftermath of the tribal council where Michael tried to bluff his way into using the James idol to gain an advantage. Yeah, he basically is doing a pretty good job of saying, hey, what else could he do? He was down in numbers. If it were anybody else, they'd have probably did the same thing. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you got to play to win, right? You got to take your chances. And I think that's what he did. He said, my back is against the wall, and this is my only option right now. Even though it didn't necessarily work out the way he wanted to, I feel like you just got to go for it.
yeah, and everybody
otherwise he'd be going home like James again with it.
That's the good point. So yeah, it looks like nobody was really feeling jaded. In fact, they complimented him on well played, even though it didn't work out for Michael.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and it kind of put a target on his back, but at the same time, it was like, hey, now we know he's here to play, and I think that's what they needed to see from him.
Yeah. So we jumped right into the reward challenge. This episode felt kind of like on fast forward because there was so much they were trying to cram in here. The reward challenge. Well, let me get your take on it because this is been sort of a water heavy season, I think.
Yes, this is true. So this is, of course, going for the coffee and pastries, which everybody wants to win. But I thought it was a cool challenge. I've really been trying to pick out like my favorite challenge so far, but I haven't been able to. But you're right, it's because everything's so water heavy, right? And so, of course, this one they're pulling them out there, pulling them back on the little surfboard. And Chris, this is his strong suit because he has that baseball background. Where it really kind of helped to push them ahead. Whereas the other challenges, I felt like it always came right down to that puzzle, and it really did. But they had a little bit of advantage this time with Chris's baseball skill.
So what do you think? That it looked like Jeff Probst was trying to call him out with the baseball skills. I felt like it was his information to either keep or share, or maybe not even share with everyone. And Jeff Probst kind of put him out there where he hesitated. But he finally gave it up. He gave up the info.
So yeah, Jeff likes to kind of poke and prod until he gets what he wants, and he knows the answer he's looking for. He definitely kind of put Chris on the spot there because Chris hesitated by really telling him. So I mean, it definitely put him under the light a little bit with his abilities. But they're going to need him at least until the merge, so he should be all right.
True. I like the way Chris called out. He called out the chocolate. I'm getting the chocolate.
Yes.
That was great.
Anything for food.
Yeah. So once again, we see the aftermath of not winning the challenge and how down it made them all feel, and basically they were beating themselves up. It's curious how the weaker players are in the majority on that one tribe. So it makes me feel like, how are they going to call out anybody if they if they're the weak ones? But they seem to find a way.
Yeah. That's interesting too. Because again, you got to just go all balls to the wall, right? You got to just play. And although there may be the weaker ones on the tribe, they got to try to dig themselves out of that hole to figure out what's going to help and make them stay.
Yeah, and in the middle of all this, Stephanie gets sent to Ghost Island, and to my disappointment, because this is the theme of the season. What is this, like the third week in a row where you don't get to play?
Yeah, that's pretty whack. First of all, I would be so nervous when they have to go down the rocks anyway. I'm like, just pick somebody, instead of us having to pick these rocks out of the bag. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, that's the theme, right? So when you get there and there's no game that's being played, it's kind of a bummer that this chance is being wasted, on the island.
Yeah, that is a bummer. After Jacob pulled what he pulled, I think that makes everybody that's aware of that kind of gun shy of making up a sort of fake idol or some sort of fake advantage.
Yeah, and I've been wondering if everyone's gone back to really tell them what's actually happening at Ghost Island, but we haven't really seen that part of it. But just curious if they kind of know what to expect when they get there now.
Yeah, yeah. If I were Stephanie and I had my back up against the wall, I wouldn't have just left it at that. Even though she used the moment to sort of regather her strength, which is great. She sounded like she needed it. But yeah, I wouldn't have just left it as, oh, well, no game. I'd have tried to concoct something.
Absolutely. Got to come back with some type of story, something to let them know, that I'm in this and I was there for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. Or even if you tell the truth, make your truth sound like a lie.
Right, one of the two. Pick one.
Nope, nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened.
Exactly. Yep, but at least she was able to get her strength back, because apparently she needed that, but clearly it didn't help.
Yeah, yeah. So we get to the immunity challenge, which again, like I said, this episode felt like it was fast forward.
Yeah.
We get to the immunity challenge, and wow, is this are they like making these challenges like really, really like water heavy this season? This is probably the most water heavy season I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, I can't remember, but I hope everybody can swim, but it's super water heavy this season. Like, I definitely don't remember that being from my season, which tends, I guess, Nafidi must be the stronger ones when it comes to those water activities because they keep winning so far.
Yeah, the TV, well, they do have the advantage in that Malolo seems to be self-destructing anyway. Like they're
Absolutely.
They have people on the bottom, and so the communication is not there. And as you know, communication is huge when it comes to challenges.
Right, it's everything, when it comes to challenges. And that challenges usually come down to the very last second, on a puzzle. So you got to be able to communicate with your team in order to really make it through.
Were you as disappointed as I was that the puzzle was Ghost Island? I was like, oh, man!
Like, really? That's so easy. Of course I was, yes. I'm like, that's probably the first thing that they thought of.
Yeah, I looked at that.
Like, way too easy.
Yeah.
Way too easy.
Yeah, I was like feeling a little lazy this week, the puzzle makers.
Exactly. Need to go back to that dictionary a little bit.
They should get the lazy edit for once.
Exactly. Right. Hello.
So Malolo loses once again, and this time it wasn't by much.
Yeah.
But it's still a loss.
It is, exactly. It's still a loss. So in that case, they got to get it together for the next one.
So now they're going to tribal council, and the original Malolo 3 know they're at the bottom and they're scrambling. And to my surprise, Jenna's whole strategy is I'll braid your hair, and for whatever reason, the damn thing works.
It worked. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to build that connection with somebody somehow, and apparently braiding hair was one that made it, for her. That sealed the deal.
See, now I'm going to have to go learn how to braid hair.
You never know what's going to make somebody want to get your vote. Never know.
So it essentially came down to Stephanie and Michael. And Michael's big pitch at tribal council was a strong one about, hey, you're talking about keeping your numbers together, but if you keep losing, you're not going to keep your numbers together by the merge. And he'll help them win. That was such a strong pitch that I found myself wanting to give him a standing ovation.
I know. This one had to be tough for everybody, but it was a strong pitch, versus Stephanie's was kind of like, oh, just about my family. Like everybody's out there playing for family self, you know what I mean? And so you got to have something that's going to make you stand out and really, help sway the other person's vote to really make them want to play with you.
Yeah, exactly. As strong as Michael's pitch was as weak as Stephanie's pitch was.
Absolutely.
So unfortunately, that means Stephanie's torch gets snuffed, and as fun as she was, because she had a strong personality that that was willing to mix it up. She goes to the Ponderosa, and we lose her in this season.
Yeah, just her time was up.
Yeah. And from what we see at the previews, like the previews are, is another drop your buff moment. Oh my gosh, if she would have just made it one more week, who knows?
Don't I know that feeling?
Same here, same here.
Yes.
Oh my God. So overall, what would you say? You'd say you buy it, rent it, or bin it?
So far, I think I just rent it. I need more. I need a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. This episode was kind of by the numbers, especially since nothing happened in Ghost Island.
And I think that would have been whether I decided to buy it or actually bid it. If something would have happened there and she would have been able to play. But yeah, I'm going with rent it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Rent it for this episode. The last episode was so off the hook that it kind of set the bar.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to get better as we get to the merge.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we'll see more from Ghost Island than just no game for you.
Yeah, we need more to happen there. We can't just be wasting our time at Ghost Island. We need some action.
All right. So we've got some listener questions for you, Sherea. The first one here is from Miranda, and she wants to know what is the one challenge you most wish you could have competed in during your season of Survivor?
Hi, Miranda. Actually, I competed in all the challenges except for the food challenge, and that was the one where I actually went home. So I feel like maybe if I decided to do that one, or they decided as a team to make me do it, could have maybe swayed us if we would have won that challenge. But that was the one that sent me home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, eating the old egg wasn't my thing.
Can't imagine it being anybody's thing.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
So Marlene, I love her name, Marlene Bottoms. I love her name.
Marlene Bottoms.
What was the pre-jury trip like for you? And where did you go?
Okay. Hi, Marlene. My pre-jury trip was all over China, Shanghai, Beijing, and we also had 2 rural parts of China. I couldn't even tell you unless I look back in my journal, but it was like the best experience. It's almost like a catch-22, right? You didn't make the jury, but then you got to go and travel around China to places you would never go to on your own. So it was a China excursion.
Yeah. My sister loves to say with me, I lost Survivor, but I won The Price is Right.
Absolutely. And I had no idea that was coming. And so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So we got Mitch, and he wants to know who was the biggest diva around camp.
What up, Mitch? The biggest diva, shoot. What is, I can't even think of his name now. That's how long it's been. My guy that I got into the argument with.
Jean Robert.
He's probably next on the line. What is his name? We got into the argument over the shells. Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Dave was the biggest diva. And then comes John Robert. He just wanted his way when he wanted it. And it just didn't work like that when you're on a team of people.
I feel you. The next person, ironically, is named John. Georgie wants to know, would you play Survivor again?
I absolutely would play Survivor again in a heartbeat. It's almost one of those things where you feel like you need to redeem yourself a little bit, but the experience was once in a lifetime. It was so cool, but I'm like, yes, sign me back up. Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Latifa wants to know, according to your Survivor CBS bio, you're a member of Alpha Kappa. Did I say that right? Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. She wants to know what's that like? What's it about?
So hi, Latifa. Yeah, so that is my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and it is a sisterhood. There are 7 Black Greek letter organizations, and that is one of the ones that I have chosen or that selected me to be a part of it. And it's about giving back service to the community and a sisterhood.
Awesome.
And it should be in 9. So 9 of us Black letter Greek organizations.
Awesome. Yeah. I know what it's like. I'm in a fraternity right now, the Freemasons. So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. I love the philanthropy part of it.
Yeah.
All right. So Paul Dutch wants to know, who have you spoken to the most from your season recently?
The most is Jamie and Eric and Leslie. I have kept in contact with them over the years. I was at Leslie's house last year for an event, and Jamie and Eric have been at their wedding. Met with their son. They actually, all of them have stayed at my house in Atlanta. So those are the three that I keep in contact with most.
Awesome. Another name that I love, Sasha Petersmith.
I love these names.
Yeah. She's playing this game. She wants you to play this game with her. It's called Kiss, Slap, Hug, Run Away, or Go to a Day Spa with. Those are your options.
Okay, kiss, slap, hug, run away, or day spa?
Yeah. All right. So I'll throw some names at you. Todd.
I'll hug.
Aw. Here we go. Sherea.
Oh, day spa.
Nice. From this season, Laurel.
I would probably do a day spa with her. I need to get to know her a little bit more.
I hear you. Sue Hawk.
Sue kiss.
Aw. All right. We'll do one more here. Rupert.
Oh, Rupert gets a hug. I thought you were going to give me somebody I could slap or run away, but Rupert gets a hug. I love him.
All right. So Rachel Harper wants to know, if you were going on a survival-style camping trip for 39 days with huts and shelters, who would you want on your tribe of 10? But it's just a camping trip. It's not actually Survivor. So it's like we're just hanging out. But it's almost like we're doing a Survivor-style camping trip, she wants to know.
Okay, and now we're talking about survivors that I would take with me?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Now you got me to go back to some to recall these names. I would probably take, let's see, Sabrina,
Okay.
for laughs. I would take Jamie because that's just my girl. James because he works hard and we need somebody who's going to help us, to get the food. We need that. I might take Rupert. Rupert would be a good one around. You need those people who are going to be strong and hardworking for your team. PG for my season. I got to take PG with me. Because that's my girl too. Oh my gosh, who else would I take with me? Parvati.
Oh.
Yes. Parvati's my girl. I may take her. So you need a mix of people who are going to work, who are going to play hard, who are going to laugh, who are going to get the food. Billy, you coming too with us?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you coming too. How many people is that?
I don't know, but that's a nice group you got going there.
I got a mix of people I'm taking.
Yeah, I think my number one draft pick would be Cowboy for my season.
Oh yes, Cowboy.
He's crazy fun, but he can start a fire just by staring at it. Seems like.
You need that. You need
that. Yeah. And I would take Christina also for my season.
Yeah.
She's the type of person that takes care of everybody. She's very, even though she never had kids, she's very motherly. So she'll protect me from myself.
You need somebody around like that to keep you level headed in the game.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, here we go. We got Erica. Where did you and Leslie travel to? She saw it on Wiki profile that you guys traveled to somewhere. Either last year or a couple years ago.
Oh, well, last year we were in her hometown. Leslie put together a fundraising event there in Travelers Rest. So we stayed at her home, and we did a workout. We did an event at a pizza place in Travelers Rest where lots of fans came out, and we did like a mini Survivor Games there. But that was in Travelers Rest. She did a great job putting that together.
Nice. All right, Ruth Marie. Here's another. She does this little questionnaire every week. So it's your turn here. She wants to know if you were on the reward boat, kind of like how the whole Cochran thing happened with Debbie. Which of these would you choose as your advantage? Would you choose the vote tripler, where your vote counts 3 times? Would you choose the spy bunker, which is you get to hang out underneath the shelter and eavesdrop for a while? Vote reveal after the votes are been cast. You get to be the only one that finds out who voted what. Or the last one is the mutiny idol, which is if when somebody gets voted out, if you want to save them, you get to save them, but they go on the other tribe.
Ooh. Let's see. I'm definitely probably going for the vote tripler because I feel like every vote counts. That's the one. The mutiny one, I'm kind of not for that whole tribe switching thing because I know how that sets people up. But I'm going for the vote tripler. That's the one.
All right, so far every survivor has picked the vote tripler.
Really? Yeah, you got to have those votes. It's one thing that's cool to be able to listen and spy, but you know what? I need more votes, the merrier for me.
Yeah, that's the spy bunker is the least popular amongst the survivors. Both Matt and Figgy agreed that like the information, you might not be able to use any of it, so it might be a waste.
It may not help you at all, but at least I know I got 3 extra votes.
All right, so here's our last question. It's from Granny Survivor.
What up, Granny?
And she says, "Hello, dears. This episode was all right, not the best in her eyes, but she's loving all the character stories. She says it's lovely having you on the podcast and that you're one of her favorites. And that you're one of the highlights of the pre-merge stage in China. And here's her game. She's another one that plays the game every time. It's Survivor Trivia, True and False.
Okay.
Right now, Matt has the best record with it's 5 questions. He's 4-1. Figgy has the second best with 3-2, and nobody else has a winning record.
Sure.
All right, so question number 1. Courtney lost 4 pounds in Heroes versus Villains. True or false? False. The answer is true. She lost 4 pounds.
I thought she maybe lost a little more, but she really didn't have any meat on her, so I guess that might be true.
Yeah. All right. So you're 0-1 right now. Here you go. Here's your comeback here. Morgan was the last surviving member of the Beauty Tribe on Survivor Cagayan.
True.
Oh, false. You're 0-2. You're 0-2. All right. You need to make a comeback here. Nobody has quit Survivor in the last 7 years.
I really want to go with true on that one. It's been a while.
All right, you got it. True. Yeah, 7 years. This is a good stretch here. There was a stretch where it was like every season we were getting quitted.
It was. Yep, it's been a while though since somebody quit that I can remember.
Yeah, that's great. California is the state that has the most Survivor contestants.
I'm gonna go with false.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my goodness! How many?
She didn't write how many, but it's basically every season you're guaranteed to get like 4 or 5 from.
That's probably true. For some reason, I thought like the Carolinas, a little bit down south, had more people.
It should have. Should have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, California. It's also a big state.
Yeah.
Last question here. Russell Hantz received 4 votes to win on Survivor Samoa.
False.
All right, you got that right. He only had 2. So you got 2 right. You got 2 right, 2 and 3.
All right.
All right, at least you weren't shut out.
Exactly. At least I wasn't shut out. I was scared there for a minute, though. Those were good questions.
Yeah, she always provides great questions.
Granny.
Oh my God! So here we are. So next week they're gonna drop their buffs and we're gonna shuffle things up. That means usually that the people in the bottom go to the top, and the people in the top go to the bottom. Who are you hoping that will emerge and having a good spot in the game? Like, who do you want to see get deep?
Well, I'm always rooting for the underdog, so I'm really kind of going for Donathan. I feel like more and more, inch by inch, he's coming out of his shell a little bit because I feel like he's in this big world and he's not used to being, with all these people. I just want to see a little bit more for him, so I'm kind of rooting for him because he's the underdog.
Oh, I love Donathan.
Yeah.
I've said it a couple of weeks in a row now. He could read the phone book and I would be entertained.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. So for me, besides Donathan, I'll admit that there's some people that have grown on me. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Michael in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, 18, really? Why do they keep doing this? Putting these kids that are so young. But then he pulls the move that he did, even though it didn't work. I didn't care. Like, all right, like he showed he's got a good head on his shoulder. And he's trying. So I'm liking Michael. I'm liking Michael a lot. And then somebody's got to be the youngest. A teenager that wins one for once.
Exactly. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, for sure. And I like Wendell as well.
Oh yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too. I want to see Laurel get in there and play a little bit more as well.
Yeah, she's got to mix it up, but I think she's she's in a tribe where she doesn't have to do much right now. So
but it'll come a point where she's gonna have to step up a little bit.
yeah, I agree. So I'm loving the season. I'm glad to hear that you seem to be loving it too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just want a little bit more, from Ghost Island. I want them to really go hard and, bring these idols back and whatever else from the past.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that I meant to touch on that I didn't touch on was the whole when Donathan had his moment talking about his mom and his grandma, and then Chris shared his moment, and they both felt guilty about having left.
Yeah.
I connected with that totally because I took care of my grandmother for 2 years leading up to my time on Survivor. And she literally passed away like weeks before I went on. And the doctors found like pills like that she had spat out on her clothes. And to this day I still wonder, like, did she do that so that I would be free to go?
Yeah.
So I totally feel they're like why they feel guilty, and I feel for them. And yeah, all I gotta say is to them is just what was said. Like, imagine seeing the show with them while you're in the show, and it helps get them through. It helps get me through. It's a lot
of pressure, to be, although you're having this wonderful experience, you're disconnected from your family and friends and everything that you know on a consistent basis, And so when you are the caretaker of somebody, it's a huge responsibility to step away from that. So, I really connect with that too. And, more power to those of you who are able to do that, and that your family kind of, lets you be free to still experience life on your own.
I totally agree. And on that note, I will definitely say thank you so much, Sherea. It was a pleasure having you on, and I can't wait to hang out with you in Cincinnati coming up in June.
Yes, thank you, Billy, for even having me and considering me for this. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. I remember the times when we'd hang out at dodgeball events, and it was always so much fun.
It was. Let's do it all over again.
Yeah, for sure. So, to all you fans out there, thank you so much for listening to the Survivor Ghost Island recap here on the Oz Network. Please tune in next week. I don't know who my guest will be just yet, but I'm sure it'll be great. They'll have a tough time following this act because Sherea was awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, viewers.
Thank you for listening to the Oz Network. Don't forget to subscribe to get new episodes delivered to your speakers every week. For more information, hit us up at theoznetwork.net.